Hey everyone! Tonight we're talking about cryptocurrency, especially El Salvador's big Bitcoin experiment. Back in 2021, El Salvador became the first country to make Bitcoin real money, like dollars or pesos. President Nayib Bukele thought it would be amazing, like a Bitcoin utopia. Imagine buying pupusas with digital money. People who loved Bitcoin were super excited. They said El Salvador was a pioneer, like the first person to try a new, crazy food. Bukele said Bitcoin would bring in money from other countries, help the economy, and help people who didn't have bank accounts. But it's been a bumpy ride, like a roller coaster. Turns out not everyone wants to pay for groceries with money that changes value more than the weather. So, get ready because we're going to explore the good parts, the bad parts, and the silly parts of El Salvador's Bitcoin adventure. Okay, let's talk about the International Monetary Fund, or IMF. They're like the money police of the world. They're like that friend who tells you to stop spending money when you're about to buy another ice cream cone. In late 2024, the IMF agreed to give El Salvador a loan. A big one, $1.4 billion. But there were rules. The IMF said, Nayib, we're happy to help, but you need to slow down with the Bitcoin thing, okay? They told him to make Bitcoin optional for stores, not mandatory, and to stop focusing so much on the Chivo wallet. The Chivo wallet was supposed to make it easy to use Bitcoin, but it had lots of problems. It was like trying to teach your grandpa how to use TikTok. Good idea, but probably not going to work. Even though the IMF told him to slow down, Bukele kept buying Bitcoin like a kid in a candy store. Imagine Bitcoin's price is like a bouncy ball, up and down, up and down. In January 2025, when Bitcoin was worth over $109,000, El Salvador bought even more, adding 12 Bitcoin to their collection. Now they have 6,044 Bitcoin, worth $610 million at the time. That's either really smart or really crazy, like betting all your money on a turtle race. We'll have to wait and see. Here's a problem. Almost nobody in El Salvador is using Bitcoin. Even though it's real money there, most people still use cash or cards. It's like throwing a party, and nobody dances, even when you play the best music. A survey showed that 92% of Salvadorans prefer cash or cards. Businesses don't want to use Bitcoin, there are still technical problems, and people are happy with their regular money, the colon. Remember that $1.4 billion loan? Bukele wants to use some of it to build a futuristic city powered by volcanoes and Bitcoin. It's called Bitcoin City, and it sounds like a sci-fi movie. It's a cool idea, but some people think it's a waste of money. They say El Salvador has bigger problems like poverty and corruption. It's like building a giant water park when your house is on fire. Maybe fix the fire first, right? So what do Salvadorans think about all this? Well, some people love Bitcoin and think Bukele is a genius. They think Bitcoin will change everything about money and make things better for everyone. But other people don't understand Bitcoin, don't trust it, or just don't care. They're more worried about feeding their families and paying their bills. It's like some people love pineapple on pizza and some people think it's gross. Everyone is watching El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment. Governments and banks are curious but also a little worried. The IMF keeps telling El Salvador to be careful with Bitcoin. They're worried about the risks. Other countries are watching closely, like they're waiting to see if you like a new weird food before they try it. While El Salvador was talking about Bitcoin, another country was quietly buying a lot of it. Bhutan, a small country in the Himalayas, has been secretly mining Bitcoin for years. They have about $780 million worth of Bitcoin. It's like they were secretly collecting baseball cards while everyone else was playing video games. So, what's the lesson of El Salvador's Bitcoin story? Is it a mistake, or is it the future of money? We don't know yet. It's been a crazy ride with lots of ups and downs. Maybe El Salvador will become a Bitcoin paradise, or maybe it will all fall apart. Either way, we'll be here to tell you about it, with a little bit of doubt and a big bag of popcorn.